We've just finished talking about our 24 text K, this mystical encounter between Odysseus and the white goddess who used to be a mortal and then was immortalized. And I can't help but think of Jane Campion's film, The Piano, where towards the end of the story, we see the musician, the pianist, on a Maori war canoe.
Right.
And not only is she in the war canoe, but her piano is there too, because the rescue operation that involves her being saved from an abusive husband is intended to save also her music, and the music is embodied in her piano.
Right.
And this big clunky thing is there inside the war canoe.
Right.
And the mother, the musician, says to her daughter, played by Anna Paquin, throw it overboard. This is a coffin.
She said throw the piano overboard.
It's quite safe. They are managing.
She doesn't want it. She says it's spoiled.
I've been given the key.
I'll have it mended. Did you get the wine in now? The coffee in the tower, Tukua. What the morning you talk.
So it's where the music that should be her life is becoming her death.
Right.
And so sure enough, the piano is tossed overboard.
Right.
But accidentally, the rope that's attached to the piano then twines around
Her leg.
the musician's leg, and she is dragged into the watery depths below. Piano and all. And you see her losing her strength of life because the bubbles from her mouth keep getting fewer and fewer, and she's losing her breath of life. And then there's something last minute where some impulse just impels her to resist and shake off that rope. And the rope sinks further down, the shoe sinks further down, the piano, of course, is weighing it all down, and meanwhile she starts ascending in the water, and there's almost no breath left in her, but you see this amazing moment when her face finally hits the surface of the water, and she takes this big gasp, and it's like a birth, or should I say rebirth.
Yeah.
And the cinematography by Jane Campion is so brilliant because it captures, I think, the experience of the white goddess when she submerges and drowns and then emerges and comes back to life with this big breath that she takes the moment her face approaches the surface. It's a very powerful way for the art of filmmaking to convey something that happens in myth in very precise ways. And sometimes the precision of filmmaking and the precision of the verbal art
Right,
of poetry is a very good fit.
right. There's amazing visualization in the poetry as well.
Yes.
Yes,
And I think there really is such a thing as poetics of visual art and
yes.
poetics of filmmaking, and I think this moment is certainly one of them. And when I think of the Haka songs
Right,
and dances that celebrate the energizing of the universe by way of the body's participation in struggles. And when I think of the fact that all of this is happening on a Maori war canoe,
right,
and that there is a haka song and dance that launches this war canoe in the film,
right.
I see beautiful things to compare, to
Right.
think with, and it's yet another way of exploring the power of myth that can make contact not only with ancient modes of expression,
Right.
but with modern and postmodern media
Yeah,
like
yeah.
film.
Yep. The paradigm also of the person being liberated by getting rid of something that, of an occupation and an identity that drags you down.
It drags
It's
you
a
down,
beautiful pattern.
that,
Yep.
that stifles you, that
So-
takes away your breath.
That then being reborn into a new world without it is wonderful.
And
Yeah.
taking the first breath, as
Yes.
if it were the first breath.
Yes.
That's what's
It's amazing,
happening
yeah.
in this moment, and I treasure it.
Yeah. Right.